Hello there, welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where I'm terrible at managing money but trying to get better. So with today's video, I am doing the 6-month update to my 2024 spending plan. So if you did not watch the first video that I did on this, I'll have it linked down below. But this video, I got the idea from another YouTuber who I will have linked down below, but this is a year at a glance version of trying to budget my money. I get paid once a month and I'm terrible at budgeting because I only have that income stream once a month unless I get a second job, which I did. But my primary income is just once a month. So I wanted to do a year at a glance because I also wanted to see, okay, how much money should I budget for each category? Like, how much money do I have? And then I have yearly goals. How much money do I need to put in certain categories to meet those yearly goals? So this is my 6-month update on my progress. So here at the top, I have my net income, so the money that I received after taxes and after my health insurance deductible, but I still include the money that I receive, that I put into my retirement account, simply because I track my retirement account down here below in row 28. So let's get started. I'm just going to go briefly over this. I don't want to get too specific, too in the weeds, but for my subscriptions, as you can see here, I fixed that little error that I had. For my subscriptions, I have just now spent $6.99, and that was purchasing an app, the 75-Day Hard app. And you can see here my year to date. So far I've spent $6.99 with my yearly goal not to spend more than $25 for the year in this subscription expense category. So for my personal beauty fund, I have spent quite a bit of money for things like my birthday, just to relax and have fun, like getting facials. I also, here, this is how much I spent, $479 to get new clothes for work. So that's what this expense category sort of handles. I'm going to try and rein in on my spending for this category because, as you can see, I'm at 58% of my goal, even though we are only 50% through the year. Alright, so for my parking and work, so this is mainly to do with the parking that I pay at work. It's $6 a day for the days that I go in, but it's also things like I did a charity donation through my job, or I threw a company party and I pitched in a little bit more than normal. Stuff like that. So, as you can see here, I've spent $435.75 for half the year, and I'm also more than 50% to my goal. Alright, then my next is my renters and car insurance. So this is where I'm at. As you can see, it has gone up. My car insurance and my renter's insurance renews every March and September. It was low in January because we got a rebate for Christmas through the company that I have my insurance through. Then next, I have my utilities that I pay directly to my apartment. So that's my water, sewer, and trash. But also the security system that I have on my home. That's where you can see this amount here, and I am just about halfway there. Then I have SMUD, that is for my electricity and AC bill, and it goes up during the warmer months. But so far, we are under 50% of the way, but that is because our really warm months are mainly July, August, and then even September, simply because it's still cooling down, but also because I got used to that nice AC from the 2 warmer months. So then it takes me until October until my AC bill finally goes down. But yes, we're even though we're less than 50% of the year, I will easily spend $200, $250, maybe even $300 for just these 3 months, just because I live in a 2-story a townhouse. Okay, so then for my phone bill, this is my monthly phone bill, but I have spent a little over 50%. So a lot over 50%, I'm at 57%. So I'm going to try and call and negotiate to have that bill lowered, but I'm still paying for my phone. As you can see here, I finished paying it off in March, and now that was lowered down. You can see here, that's why it's a lower amount. I'm going to call and see if I can still, maybe switch to Mint Mobile. I don't know, but this is how much I used to pay, and then it went down once I finished paying off my iPhone 13. So then, for my fun category, so in March I had my birthday, and my best friend's birthday, but I still like to have a little bit of fun here and there. So I am at over 50%, so I will need to rein that in. For household, as you can see, each month is a little bit different, and these payments can go towards a plethora of things for around the house. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds because I did that last video, and you can check out that video if you want to see things that I buy. But I'm well over 50% of my goal. So then I have my electronics and Wi-Fi. So in February I needed to buy a new computer, so that's what the largest purchase that I had for the year hopefully is. But you can see the rest of the year is how much I typically spend on my internet bill, and I am over 50% of the way, but that should be no problem because I don't expect to buy another computer for the rest of the year. Then I have my gas. So my gas fluctuates throughout the months. I'm at 48%, and that's about on track for where I think I should be. Then I have my gifts. So I purchased my mom something for Mother's Day, but other than that, my main spending will be in November, December for Christmas. I'm only at 18%. And then for my food out, so you can see there's varying months. So in January, I had another friend's birthday. February, I did not have anything. March, I had my birthday and my best friend's birthday. And then you can see that these other months, it's just me enjoying myself, also trying to acclimate to having a second job and being gone from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. because I go from job to job, so I don't always, as well as I'm still learning how to meal prep for nights like this, but I think I'm starting to get a handle on it. You can see I'm a little over 50% of my goal, but that's just due to the circumstances. Alright, so tithing to church. I tithe a little bit here and there whenever I find some extra money. I did contribute to it wasn't a missionary trip, but it was a trip to, maybe like a week or two trip to Africa to help women and young girls who had been assaulted by family members and helping to take care of them and their children as a result of that assault. So I wanted to help, and that's where that tithing, that's why that's a large amount there. You can see I'm about 58% of the way for that. Then for my debt, what my main channel is about, paying off my debt. So I have been doing a rolling budget. because I don't make enough money every single month to cover all my bills. And so I've been putting the money that I roll over into my debt. However, I then noticed, because my goal was to pay off $35,000 of debt. However, not all this amount is going towards my debt. It's going to my interest. And I did not calculate that. So even though I think that I will be on track to reach my $35,000 contribution to debt goal, because I'm already at 47%, I do not think that I'll hit what the actual goal was to lower my debt by $35,000. I would have needed to put this at like $50,000, maybe even more, in order to actually lower my debt by $35,000. So that was a miscalculation on my part, but I am still happy to see my progress and see that I am going to accomplish some form of my goal. Alright, then for my savings, I wanted just to add enough money into my savings account to reach that $1,500. And I have done that, and I'm just going to go ahead and call this goal pretty much complete. It's at 99%. I'll just keep this here where it's at. Then for my car maintenance, in June I had my tags renewed. So that's where that will be, and I will probably have an oil change at the same time, sometime throughout this year as well. Then for travel, here I put my tickets that I purchased to go see my dad for his retirement ceremony. Just some money that I put for a little trip within California. Alright, let's move down to my cats. This is just for food, litter, and treats. I'm almost 50% of the way there. I think I'm on track. Then for my groceries, as you can see, it varies widely throughout the months. It's mainly in this $200 region. You can see it also changes depending on how much I eat out. No, actually, not really. I don't know why these months are so crazy, but yeah, I'm 50% of my goal, so I guess I won't complain too much. So now let's move on to my health expense category. This also changes here and there. I purchased some things, that's why these amounts are so high, but I'm currently at 61%. But hopefully I don't have to purchase anything else too expensive for, just my general health and whatnot. But I'm not going to get too into that. So this is my rent. I did expect for my rent to go up sometime this year. It went up in May by about 6%, because that's what it's legally allowed to do. And I'm at 52% of my goal, if you will. And then my retirement. So this is how much I contribute every single month to my pension. But starting in July, it will go up because my income will go up and I contribute based on a percentage of my income. Lastly, I do this divided by 100. Alright, so lastly I wanted to go over my, I don't know what you call this, my total that I spent each month. Something that I want to work on, and it's kind of hard to do so with a rolling budget. So for next year, I probably will not have a rolling budget, but let me know your thoughts on that down below. But as you can see here, my total expenses for the month was $5,815, but I only made $5,195. And then next month, I made $7,841, but I only spent $6,204. So I made $1,600 more than what I spent, including what I contributed to my debt. And then in this month, it's a little bit closer, but I still spent about $400 more than what I earned. And then in this month, I spent almost $2,000 more than what I earned for the month of April. So that's something that I want to get better at, is instead of doing a rolling budget, get to the point with my income where I can do a zero-based budget, because it just makes more sense. Because I don't know how I'm paying all my bills. Obviously, I'm paying my bills with my credit cards. If you watch my debt confession videos or my milestone videos, you will see that. But I need to just get to a point to where the total amount that I'm spending every month is less than what I'm bringing in after taxes. Alright, so anyways, that is the breakdown of my 6-month update on my 2024 spending plan. Thank you for following along. If you stayed to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join me on this journey. So hit subscribe, click the like, and leave a comment down below. My next video will be tomorrow, and if you have any advice, please leave it down below as well, as I would greatly appreciate it. But thank you, and until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye, guys.